when we hear about a Nintendo console, we usually think 1, kiddie, 2, only first-party support, and 3, no third-party support. But is that even true? This Nintendo's new systems, such as the Wii, well, not new anymore, pretty old, 2006 launch, but is Nintendo's new console, the Wii U, up to par with these generations, or even previous generations with third-party support? In other words, is it worth your purchase? Let's find out. Now, as we all know, Nintendo's biggest issue and problem is their third-party support. With the Wii U, even at a cheap price for a next-generation console, or considered to be a next-generation console at the price of around $250 to $280, it is actually almost a steal, especially when they include bundles such as Mario Kart 8 or the Zelda Wind Waker HD remake, and even the new Super Mario Bros. With the new Super Mario Luigi U bundle. But basically, third-party support is Nintendo's biggest problem and issue. Nintendo, at first, when they started with the Wii U back in 2012, they had a decent amount of third-party support. They had Ubisoft, and even EA lined up for a couple of, days. But basically, Nintendo's issue with EA was that they didn't want to incorporate Origin Network into their system. And EA was pretty much, stubborn on that issue as well. So basically, EA dropped out of the ballgame. Now we see Ubisoft. Ubisoft basically had a lot of Wii U support. They had a lot of major hopes for the Wii U. But what happened in the end? The Wii U didn't sell as expected with Nintendo. The Wii U was, as of right now, you could consider the Wii U almost a flop system. Except now, sales are going up with Mario Kart 8, but who knows how long that will last. Now basically, the Ubisoft dropped out of the ballgame simply for one reason: lack of Wii U sales. This is not only Ubisoft, this is why every other third-party support drops out of the ballgame, because there's a lack of system sales, and if the company, the third-party company, doesn't make any money on the system, why trade for the system in the first place? And even in this generation, we see the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, they have similar architectures. They both have something called PC architectures. Wii U does not have PC architectures. It is an all-gaming console. It is not your home media center. Now, basically, the issue is now, another issue that's arising with third-party developers on the Wii U is that they are having trouble configuring the architecture only for the Wii U. When you could have two successful systems, such as the Xbox One and the PS4, doing so well, and third-party companies know that they can make so much money off of these consoles that support multi-plats, why would they go out of their own way just to develop for the Wii U architecture? Now, the same thing was for the Wii. Back in 2006, when the Wii actually launched, it also had different architecture than the PS3 and the Xbox 360, which ultimately led to its third-party downfall. The GameCube, on the other hand, we can't really say the same thing. It was a pretty good success system. Even though at first it saw struggles just as the Wii did, it did come out to be rather successful with launch titles such as Super Smash Bros. Melee and Super Mario Sunshine. Now, when we see the Wii U, we already see Mario Kart 8 sales almost tripling the Wii U sales. And basically with that, you see a little hint and hope of the Wii U's success. So now, when in November, Super Smash Bros. 4, or whatever you want to call it, Universe, does come out for the Wii U, we will see almost a spike in Wii U sales launch. That is my prediction. Don't take it as set on stone words. Now basically, with the Wii launch, we saw Smash Bros. Brawl, and then we see the trailers for the Wii U Super Smash Bros. But what are they? Are they actually similar in a way? As you can remember, in the Subspace Emissary in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, it was actually pretty. You can never admit that the Subspace Emissary mode in Super Smash Bros. Brawl was even worth playing. It was actually a pretty good joke. And the online, let's not even get started there. The online in Super Smash Bros. Brawl was horrendous, and ultimately, I don't want to say it led to the downfall of the game, but it had a lot of potential, which Nintendo failed to use. And that's another thing. Nintendo's Wi-Fi system, I believe, is still to this day catching up with all the other Wi-Fi systems that are in like the PS3 and Xbox and the PS4 and Xbox One. So you see, now let's talk about the Smash Bros. Comparison. Now with Smash Bros. Launching in holiday 2014, the Wii U just might see the limelight, especially since this bad boy is added on. Now basically, we see a lot of new characters in Smash Bros. For Wii U. Some people like them, some people don't. We see characters such as Greninja, Villager from Animal Crossing, and we see characters such as Zero Suit Samus, which I don't believe was a wise choice. We see the Pokemon trainer split up into different characters, like Charizard as his own character now, which I believe was a wise decision because now I feel like we will see more of a large emphasis on these characters. When characters such as Charizard were with the Pokemon trainer, we could see like some limits that they would put on, but now we see Charizard in all his alone glory, which I think was pretty well deserved. So now basically moving on to the third-party support of the Wii U. I believe that until the Wii U sales do not go up, third-party support will obviously also not go up. And with Smash Bros. Coming out this holiday season, I believe that Wii U sales will start to go up. People, third-party companies will see this spike in sales and they will do something. Well, I don't want to do just something. You see, when third-party companies just do something, they always release watered-down versions of their better games on their other consoles, or better consoles, you could say. Like, for example, if we see a game releasing on the Xbox One and PS4, and later on that is released for the Wii U, we will usually see a watered-down version of that on the Wii U. I believe if Nintendo is able to prove themselves with their sales on the Wii U, then third-party companies will give them a big rise in the quality of their games. Even if the Wii U architecture or hardware is not up to par with the Xbox Ones or PS4s. Now basically, what I'm going to say now is, the Wii, we saw a lot of sales, but we can all tell it was a gimmick. The Wii U here now is an actual console. Even though the screen on the Wii U seems to be a gimmick to some, it is actually not. You can actually utilize that in many ways in games such as Zombie U or Nintendo Land, which comes for free with the deluxe version at least. Now basically, the Wii U, I believe that the Wii U's success all depends on the following games: Zelda Hyrule Warriors, Super Smash Bros. Wii U, the new main Zelda, and I believe that there should be another Star Fox, or which at least Miyamoto announced, I believe it was E3 or some digital event such as that. Miyamoto did announce a Star Fox game for the Wii U, or at least hinted at it. I'm not sure about all the details, but the Wii U's success will depend on these games. If people out there are still interested, which I'm sure billions are still interested in these type of games, I know for a fact I am, they will definitely purchase the console, even if they're on the fence about it. I'm sure when games such as Zelda Hyrule Warriors comes out, which is just Dynasty Warriors with Zelda skins, I'm sure there's more to it, but I'm not sure about the details. I'm sure that game will really spike sales in the Wii U. Also, I believe that the whole kitty imagery that is put on Nintendo console will also pretty much go away with Smash Brothers. I believe that people will see the Wii U for actually what it is, a true next generation console which deserves, which is not a excuse my language, a prostitute for graphics, but we will see an actual quality console this generation. The Wii U does have potential to be that console if it can put out well-made games, which I do believe it will. So you can see the Wii U will surpass all other consoles if there is a possibility of quality games. And I believe that with Smash Bros. And all these other games coming out, I know it sounds like a broken record, but I do believe that these games will turn the Wii U around. If it doesn't, it's not a big deal. Nintendo, from the Wii sales, I'm not going to mention the GameCube, and from their old systems, the retros, the N64 and all those, they do have actually a lot of money in the bank to... Okay, so now let's look at the designs of the Wii and the Wii U. Since many are still having confusion, it is now 2014. Since many are still having confusion that the Wii U is still an add-on to this guy right here, it is not. It is its own system with kind of hefty, not heavier than the Xbox One actually, but still kind of hefty, with its own HDMI port, USB ports, and right here we have the SD card slot and the 2 USB ports. And that's pretty much the console itself. And then we have the gamepad for the Wii U. Now basically this gamepad is what the Wii U is all about. Without this gamepad, the Wii U wouldn't be, well, what it is today. Me preferably, I prefer the Wii U Pro Controller over this, but you know, it still has its uses with, you know, majority of the games. So basically, it comes with obviously its own stylus, has its own touchscreen, its own speakers, and its own sensor right here. On the back, we see some information. Let's just do a 360 of that. Okay. You have your trigger buttons, your front trigger buttons. These click just like any other controller. Your D-pad, start, select, power, TV control. TV controls is a big thing on this, which is like amazing. This also makes internet browsing a breeze because you already see what you have on the actual console and you can scroll from here and everything. And basically, let's put this down right here. This is what the Wii U looks like in all its glory. The gamepad and the TV. Now, we see with the X button, you could switch the layout that we have here. Here we see all the menu options with some Mario Kart 8. And we have our Legend of Zelda here. Now basically one downfall to this is you cannot control the actual menu button from the gamepad itself. You would have to press X and then control it, which is kind of a downfall, and I hope they fix that in a future update. But yeah, this is pretty much all your menu selections. Mario Kart 8, Wind Waker, whatever that is, that's your Wii menu right there. And all your bottom dock is the friends list, Miiverse, your shopping, download catalog, your internet browser, which is solid on the Wii U actually, nothing beats it, almost, and your messages, and Nintendo TV, which I don't really use that much because I rather use the actual Netflix app itself. So now, let's go to this screen. In this screen, you have all your Miiverse friends basically. Well, not your friends, but all of the Miis are on Miiverse. You have all these icons here. These icons represent different games and applications. Basically, the application that is being used the most by all Wii U owners will actually have the most population. So you see, Mario Kart 8 over here has the majority of the population, while a game such as NES Remix doesn't have that much people in the area. So basically, now let's start off with some games. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this pretty much wraps up our reviews. Well, you can call them reviews, but this wraps up our analysis on the Wii U, the Wii, and partially the GameCube. Stay tuned for more content from our channel. We'll be having a giveaway soon on our next video, and we're actually contemplating a room tour because, you know, our room is pretty cool like that. So thank you very much, and stay tuned. Thank you.